been locked. You know what that means?
What does it mean?
We can build a thing to make our giant pile of metal in the ocean a little bit bigger pile of metal, so that it's kind of cool. Bigger.
You can make it bigger?
You can make it bigger.
What about purple?
You can do that too.
You can?
Yeah, you can color it.
Let's make our base great, man.
Okay. There's even a mission that's actually really fun, because one of the parts of multiplayer in this game is invading other people's bases and trying to infiltrate.
Oh, you can?
That's really fun.
It's like,
and the mission that they introduce you to with it is really, really good.
Yeah?
And really fun.
So it's like a, it's like a, what's that game, Faster Than Light?
FTL.
Is that?
I've never played FTL, so I can tell you.
I've heard that, like, you build a base, and then you're on sort of a ship type thing. You build your ship, and then you can go and fly to other people's ships when they're away, and steal some of their stuff. And so it's like a pirate game. But it takes a while to become a pirate, because you have to find the ships, I guess.
And become the cool pirate.
I feel like Battle Royale games are okay, but I feel like when you know that there is an amount of people on the map, that is not a very fun idea.
No, it should be more anonymous.
Like with like Rust. Rust is great. Rust is a good game. It really started out that kind of stuff with like the survival thing, and that sort of spiraled into H1Z1 and other things like that. But I feel like Rust is pretty. I don't know if I can still be heard, but I don't care because I'm going to be talking louder. Anyways, I feel like Rust was pretty cool because there was no idea how many people were on the map, or maybe there was. The servers were a certain size,
but still, unless you explicitly want to look for it, the game wouldn't tell you.
You don't know where they are, and with Fortnite, I think it's kind of dumb to have a circle close in and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, all this stuff happens, and then the last 5 people get to fight.
The idea makes sense though, because it's just like you don't want to have a game going on forever, just waiting for people to find each other. But
that's where the aspect of survival comes in, where you can go and build your base and do other stuff. That's why the gameplay for Rust is so fun, is because while you're waiting or while you're doing other stuff, you can also prepare.
Yeah.
Right? Which is nice. Whereas Fortnite condensed all that into a small thing where there's no preparation, you're just always going.
So you'd rather it's like a more long-term battle royale thing where it might last a couple of hours?
I feel like sitting down to play a game is a endeavor, right? You don't just go and sit there for 15 minutes and be like, okay, now I'm gonna go and do something else.
Unless
right?
life requires you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if life requires you to only have 15 minutes of enjoyment, then you should probably reschedule your life.
Not just enjoyment. You can enjoy other stuff while you're active. Video games, you just gonna have to sit down for it.
I also feel like Battle Royales are getting way too serious. You know?
What do you mean?
They're taking themselves way too seriously. They're making it way too competitive.
No, it's not really that.
Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong.
I feel like Battle Royales are too much of a trend that everyone's trying to follow, including developers.
I feel like there is untapped potential there.
Where?
In Battle Royales. I feel like no one's found the right. I feel like it was introduced in a mediocre way. You know?
Well, yeah, that's why stuff tried to improve it like PUBG.
Okay. Let me phrase it this way. I feel like H1Z1's best battle royale for me. Not H1Z1. Rust. Best battle royale for me.
I haven't played any of them, so I can't.
Fine. I'm just.
This is a wonderful argument. Then. I agree. Then I'll just agree with you since I have no experience.
I just like games with a high skill ceiling and also a
like
lot of
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is good, but also it gets kind of repetitive.
I love that about it though, because then I can master it. Like new game, even if you start learning, you know, where how the stuff works.
Yeah.
You still have to get better at it, because if you mess up and don't know it as good as you think you do,
then it's a big doo-doo.
Yeah, you might not die, but you'll certainly have to use an Estus.
Okay. I like Dark Souls because I feel like, in a way, I feel like
use your words.
I'm trying.
No,
I feel like there's a really good gameplay loop there, whereas with most games you die and then there's not really much of an incentive to try again, you know, because you don't lose anything, you're just back at the next save, right? But when dying is a mechanic, whereas when you die, you're incentivized to go and try and beat the thing again and get back what you lost on your way to get there. That's really cool, because
and that really plays into it too, because part of the stress is A, you have to go back to the thing that killed you,
and B, you have to do better than you did last time.
And you also have to try and survive against the thing that killed you if it was something that one-shot you.
Yeah.
Long enough to get your souls back.
Yeah. And if it's a boss, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, then you have to really do... I just really like Dark Souls a lot. I've been playing Bloodborne a crap ton.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten all the achievements on that, which isn't that hard to do. It just takes a while.
Yeah.
But I love that game. It's very, very fun, and I wish that they'd make another one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like how it's fast. Like,
yeah.
I started playing 3 because I'm trying to get all the achievements on that too. And I kept trying to go back in to attack to get health back, and I remember that's not a thing.
Yeah.
But then I'd still kill the thing, so it worked well.
That seems like a cool mechanic. I think there's...
I love that game. It's amazing.
I feel like there hasn't been a single game that has nailed a mechanic as well as Bloodborne like that, you know? They integrated it so well into the game.
What, just the healing?
What
do you mean?
That whole mechanic.
What?
The mechanic of making the game faster, more faster paced just by adding that. There's also some other things like not having shields.
Even the enemies attack too.
Yeah. But that's like
there's a bear over here.
That doesn't really change how you play as a character as much as the healing. You know, nothing is affected. I feel like nothing has affected a game that big in such a small way. You know, Lifesteal. That's been around in games for a long time. You know, League of Legends did it pretty okay. It's a mechanic in there, although not very useful unless you're trying to just build a glass cannon.
Epic.
Yeah, exactly. It's not very useful because most characters that have enough damage to actually use it also don't have enough health to make it, you know. And if there's like a lot of tanks in the game, like they're playing against, tanks don't deal a lot of damage, but they also can take a lot of punishment, then maybe you might want to go for a lifesteal to be able to offset that, you know.
Yeah.
To also be able to tank without actually being able to tank. But yeah. Yeah, it's a very fun...
Then I'm rewarded for when I'm being stupid and daring.
Yeah, I like that too. That's another reason why I play Udyr in League of Legends, because literally he's one of the only champions that can sometimes pull off lifesteal. Whereas, like, there used to be a mechanic called Spell Vamp, where it was literally the amount of damage your spells do also gives you health, but then that started becoming a problem with certain characters, so they pretty much got rid of it. I think there's still some items that use it, but they're not as good as lifesteal.
Every time we record, the conversation always goes back to League.
Because I love playing the game, although I am crap at it still.
Hey, you should try doing it. Try other games as well.
Yeah. Other games like what?
Like other games.
Other multiplayer games?
I don't know, just go out and look for stuff.
But that costs money.
No, there's a lot of free-to-play stuff.
No free-to-play strategy games like League.
Yeah?
Well,
I can't name one specifically, but there are some.
There's Dota, but that's exactly the same thing as League, just with a different skin.
I don't know, man. Games are games. That's what I'll say.
I used to like story games, but with my
games.
brain that just wants to get better at everything and see improvement, I don't.
I'm kind of like halfway between. I love story games with a passion. If a game has a good story, I'm drawn in really, really hard.
Yeah. If I want a story, then I'll just watch a movie or a TV show, you know? If I want temporary enjoyment that'll ruin my day, I'll play League of Legends. You know?
Yeah, and you listen to everyone scream at you, the person that's ruining the entire team.
Another
If
fun thing.
only that was just a joke and not an actual thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a stereotype. It's not true.
I've had people like before.
Sundays.
I've had people before I even start the game look at my profile and be like,
We're
you
gonna
know,
lose.
yeah, and then they leave the game,
Yeah, that
and
happens.
then you have to wait another like 15 minutes to get into another game.
Sucks. I feel like it. I don't feel like it used to take so long to get into a game of League.
Oh, 15 minutes is an exaggeration, but usually when you're with people like that, they're in a 20-minute queue, which means that they've been placed into a lower matchmaking status because they've already been reported or they've left games. And I only get into that because people that I play with do games. And that's the same thought process of everyone in here.
Yep.
But, I mean, junglers, like, I usually jungle, and junglers in the lower level where I am at are so dumb. They're literally, you'll be standing there in your lane being destroyed by the jungler who's maybe coming to your lane like 8 times, but then your jungler's just sitting there farming down, and you're just like, you've only came here twice. What the crap? There's easy kills here if you can just come over here and help, you know?
Yeah.
And they could literally turn the game around like that, you know? That's another thing about like Rise, the character that I like to play. He has an amazing stun. He has amazing 2v2 potential because, you know, I'm talking about this again.
I know.
We said we would.
No.
Okay, you're right.
No one mentioned it. No one, mentioned, like, not talking about it again.
What was I saying?
I don't know. Something about League.
Yeah, he can, like, guarantee kills in a 2v2 situation. But, he's also, like, really bad in the early game. So that means that anyone who can't make it to the late game without beating their butt off will, not have fun. And that's me. That's why I need a jungler to help me out. That's like the whole.
Oh boy! No!
What is that?
That's copyright strikes incoming right there. You know, I don't know what they were trying to draw. Ah! No!
Okay.
Stop!
Whoa!
Ah!
What is happening?
Anyways, Brass House. League.
League is bad.
Yeah. Actually, no, let's not end the episode yet because this mission's almost over. So, welcome back. We're opening a door.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought it would be fun to skip to this point.
It's a very nice door.
Yeah, I like it. Now you see, there's a special achievement you can get.
Yeah?
Well, not an achievement, it's a little bonus to the mission.
Yeah.
If you extract this man through a hole in the roof.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do that.
I've been thinking ever since the balloon mechanic was added that what would happen if you put a balloon on in a building.
Aha!
Oh!
I'm sure you have a very interesting thing to say, sir. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Have fun.
Do good.
Oh, there's a fellow.
Wish you well in your next encounter. They should make bullets because then you can shoot someone and you can't do anything about it except for that.
They also make an explosion, so they're not very stealthy. And also, that's just kind of what bullets do in the first place as well.
Well, that's not really explosions, it's more it's just pushing stuff that's important out of the way.
Yeah, by going through it.
I guess an explosion also pushes stuff that's important out of the way.
Yeah.
But the explosion in a bullet doesn't happen without an impact. It happens before.
Bullets don't usually explode either.
Well, explosion is brought to it could mean just shatter. Because if a bullet, okay, I should stop thinking this. I'm starting to see like.
You're starting to go into you're starting to do the thing where everything gets really, really technical when it doesn't have to be.
I'm starting to see like, maybe it's just the lights that are hurting my head.
I think it's the fact that you constantly drink caffeine.
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's stop talking.
That's how people's hearts stop.
Hey, people's hearts stop only when they drink 10 grams of caffeine. And I've only drank 200 milligrams.
Today.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Uh-huh.
What?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I can't see you out of my peripheral vision right now.
Yeah, see?
Which is kind of scary.
It's an issue.
It could, I don't know what that is.
You know what?
I could be having a seizure.
Let's end this off with some good old-fashioned advice by smoking. I hope you all enjoy this. I think...
Brass house. Not as bad as smoking.
Oh no! Why? He doesn't see me! No, I think we might end off this session here again. Yeah. I don't think there'll be another hiatus unless you guys like the thingy.
What?
The one episode we had in between Metal Gear. Unless you guys like that, which I don't know. You know, if you just want every so often there to be another episode, tell us, please. Yeah. I'm begging you. You don't even ever say anything. We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
Please give us something.
Or don't. Whatever.
Yeah, you know, that's fine. Anyways,
see you later.
Brass House. Long final episodes to endorse smoking.
Mission complete.
And not endorse caffeine?
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Also, my cat's meowing. Stripey, say hi.
Hello.
Wow. Very cute.
That's what I call a cat.